What's going on? Boys, thanks to our patrons and Fiverr customers, subscribe to our Patreon free for behind the scenes stuff. Arm yourselves, life stuff. Now, we just got 2.5 minutes into a video going through the philosophies of balding. And I realized I had no idea why we were talking about this. The highlights were going to be the dudes who respond to balding by putting on a beard, or growing a beard, putting on a baseball cap, the sunglasses, getting a bunch of tattoos, and then playing operator. Those dudes stink. I was referring to them as beard caps, or I do refer to them as beard caps. Then we were going into this new philosophy of balding I have discovered and found I quite like. I call the scraggle beards. Instead of getting tattoos and maintaining a very pretty beard, they contract some kind of weight illness, activate their latent ancient Chinese genes, and just grow a fuck my shit up beard. Start dressing like apocalypse survivors and start looking like it too, and then proceed to give the best, most human takes on everything. So, if you need to bald, spec yourself into an apocalyptic kung fu sage instead of a tactical garden gnome. Now, because we aren't making the balding video, we need to come up with a new plan. Let's talk about little daily happinesses in life. Going through the average day. I wake up about an hour and a half before work, and I start every day with 2 glasses of kratom. And I'll never understand why kratom is the next boogeyman substance everyone tries to scare everyone else with. It's the mildest shit on the planet. I hesitate even to call it a substance because coffee has more of a punch than kratom does. In my experience, aside from the first time you use kratom, which seems to be more intense for everybody, the first time it does have a little bit of a punch, but every subsequent time it'll be super mild. Take however you're feeling and improve it by 2 to 3%. And also, in the background of your mind, or the background of your awareness, take some sandpaper, very light sandpaper, and lightly smooth the sharper edges. You can't really tell when you're on kratom in any direct way, as in, with alcohol, you feel yourself getting drunker. With coffee, you can feel yourself sharpening up, maybe getting a little jittery. With kratom, it's all in the background, and I like it like that. Now, I drink green vein kratom, or super green Malaysian from Kraken Kratom, and the first glass alleviates the misery of returning to consciousness. You're awake now, you're aware again, you're a human in the world. Kratom removes, or at least lessens, your desire to scream. And the second glass wakes you up. It feels like you're at an eye doctor appointment and you've got the thing in front of your face, and the dude has the scrolling wheel of terrible vision to better vision, and you're getting scrolled into better vision. The second glass gives you clarity and alertness. And I like to spend 15 to 20 minutes on each glass. And while I'm working through the glasses, I am scrolling or thinking about whatever needs to be thought about. Because kratom comes on slowly. Even if you could rush it, you wouldn't want to. And I very much enjoy reaching the end of that second glass. Because by then, I'm not in pain, and I'm also realizing I am focused in. As in most situations, now, however I felt when I woke up, now I'm equipped to face the day. And I get between 5 and 6 hours of sleep per night on work nights. So this waking up process is important to me because there's something about leveling out and going from that miserable screaming waking up to I can deal with this that feels really good. I also like my drive into work because how things look as I'm driving in usually tells me how the day will go. I don't know why this is, but on mornings, average Joe dipshit is feeling shitty and in a hurry. Everyone that day will feel shitty and in a hurry. But if it's a morning nobody gives a shit about anything, most people that day won't give a shit about anything. And while I do prefer the latter because that's less stressful for me, I like being able to get that read in the morning because at least I know. And of course, life will throw curveballs at you, and this is all psychic placebo nonsense, but it doesn't matter because it's true enough that I believe it, and if I believe it, I can at least feel like I know the way the day will go. And I always appreciate feeling like I know what's going to happen. I also like my first energy drink of the day. Now, I don't drink 4 energy drinks in a day, but I always like having 4 with me in case I ever wanted to. I pretty much never do, but that's another thing. I like knowing I could if I wanted to. That's a great feeling for me. And it's because I know I could drink up to 4 energy drinks if I wanted to. I can indulge myself with the first one. I don't have to ration it, I don't have to stretch it out. I drink it as quickly as I want to drink it. Which usually means drinking a lot or a little bit of a lot at first and then evening out into a whatever pace. My first energy drink will last me all morning usually, but it's all about the feeling, and as long as I feel like I can drink as much of it as I want immediately, even if I don't, I feel a lot better. I like mornings when the moment I get in, I am braced for shit to start happening, and then nothing happens. Because usually we're at our busiest the moment I walk in the door and about 2 hours before I leave. If I can get through the first 30 minutes without the sky falling, I feel pretty good. Now, I don't have a regular selection of coworkers, quotes, in the traditional sense. Rather, there is a pool of people. And because I like women and they're all women, that is nice. Not in a blowing loads way, because fortunately, there is a nice professional something going on. Professional enough for things not to be weird, but also personable enough it's not ice cold. It's more of a what are these hoes up to thing. Because they're all always up to something. And you never get the full picture, not even half the picture. You get little vignettes of what they're up to. And if you're the dude around women and there's no object of attraction thing going on either way, they will tell you things. And because I'm addicted to information and both or enjoy drama both on a professional level because you need to know what's going on so you can strategize around it, And also, on a human level, for entertainment purposes, it's cool to get parts of the drama. And I feel about that the same way I feel about the Kratom. I like receiving this information and having these interactions on that slow, smooth, comfortable drip way. Now, a bit after lunchtime, everything is a little dead. If I don't have shit I need to be doing. But I bought that little walking pad, so around that part of the day, if nothing's going on, I like whipping that thing out and walking for 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes more if it's a really dead day. But I've been working on carrying 20 pounds and doing 15-minute miles with the little bitty incline. Not straining myself or stressing myself out, just getting used to moving with a little more weight than I'm used to. And I try to get the 5,000 steps in for the heart benefits. But I like that this is something I can do and am able to do in a way I don't hate. A while ago, earlier, I think in the spring it was, I was doing that stupid bike. It was pure misery every time. Going to do it was dreadful, doing it was dreadful, being done with it was dreadful too. I did it, but I hated it, and I did benefit. I did it for longer than I thought I would, and I got better at it than I thought I would, but I hated it the entire time. This, I don't hate so much. I mean, really, I don't hate it at all. The only reason, or the only thing that bugs me is I carry the weights in a little sling. I'm trying to get used to how it might feel to lug the PTR around long distances, and that thing's a bit over 10 pounds, I think. It has gotten easier, but it still hurts and tweaks you a little bit. But you can always take that off. But anyway, I like that this is an option in my position. It feels weird to be doing this, having a walking pad in your office, but nobody's given me shit about it, and most people seem to like seeing me walking, get compliments on it when people see me doing it, even though I try to walk when usually nobody's going to come in. I think the pattern you see, I'm seeing anyway now that I'm talking about all the things in my life I like, it's not as much specific things in my life I like. Rather, I like the feeling of control, or the feeling of freedom that I can do these things, or have the control of knowing things are fine, or that I can do these things. Now, when I get off work, I still sometimes have work stuff to do, post office bullshit, or bank bullshit. Now, when I'm going to these places, they're already closed, so I don't have to do any intensive stuff. It's either picking stuff up or dropping stuff off. But I don't hate that because it gives me an excuse to shop around in places I normally wouldn't. It kind of reminds me of when I was in high school with my pals. In the United States, there aren't many places for younger people to hang out. So we would hang out in a Walmart, walk around a Walmart for hours. And I do something similar. I don't walk around for hours, but just walk around stores, find a reason to buy a little this or a little that. The prince surveying his lands. And I like that I am, let's say, 1/16th known to Walmart clientele, the Walmart sort of person. Where I came from, I didn't know anybody, and I still don't really know many people, but it's cool to be able to go somewhere and have a little bit of an expectation to be recognized or greeted by people who know who you are. It's nice. There's a sense of place to it, which is odd that it's happening in settings like these, but I don't care. I still like it. The next thing I like is getting home and having my first glass of kratom. Now, this one I drink pretty quickly, but that's okay because it'll be a while before I drink another glass, and the emotional state will come in slowly as I'm smoking, which is the next thing I do. I don't smoke in the mornings. Usually I don't smoke throughout the day. I get all my smoking in the afternoon. So, drink a glass of kratom, load up my pipe, go outside. And as I'm smoking, the kratom kicks in, and the first inhale of smoke of nicotine after a day of not smoking feels, well, some days it can feel bad, other days it feels good. I don't, it's tricky. With cigarettes, I don't smoke cigarettes often. Cigarettes are more of a treat. That first hit is delectable. With pipes, it's more like you're smoking paint thinner at first, and then after 2 minutes, you hit your stride. That's the smoking I like. And then late into the night, I like making videos. Even when we're in an era like this one in which I have no idea what I'm talking about or why. Even when you are searching for things to talk about, where in the past you didn't have enough time in a day to talk about all the things you wanted to talk about, I still like making videos once I'm in it. I like the whole process. It's therapeutic. And I am hyper aware of the fact I'm not making a video in the time slot I would normally be making a video. Even if I have nothing to talk about, even if I shouldn't be making a video, even if I did have something I wanted to talk about, you'd you'd think not making a video would be sort of a break, but it's not. I get this weird anxiety when I'm not making videos at least every other day. Maybe it's because I'm afraid of the probability one day I won't be able to make videos. I like making the most of this while I can. And that's why once I have a topic and I'm sitting down and I'm doing what I'm doing right now, I feel pretty good. And then there's all the administrative dumb shit you need to do while the video is rendering and uploading and checking. It's it's a process, but it's more like its own narrative, right? That's the falling action. You've done the stuff you need to think about, and now you can zone out doing the stuff you don't need to think about. And you get to feel like you've done something productive. And then, oh, that's the other thing. After I finish making a, well, okay, double trouble. I always smoke before I make a video, and I always smoke immediately after making a video. So, the moment a video goes live, 99.9% of the time, I am outside smoking. And I'll usually, not always, but I'll wait for the first like or two to come in on the video. And the moment I get one of those, that's when I've gotten my mental approval. Okay, this video isn't dog shit. It's gotten a like within the first 30 minutes. I'm good to go. Then I will listen back to the video, usually at least once. Not always, that's more of a 4 out of 5 times thing. It's a ritual. And that'll probably be the only time I go back and listen to the video, because I hate listening to my older videos. I can't tell you the last time I went back and listened to one of my old videos. It's creepy, feels like somebody else is making the video, and I'm always afraid I will hear myself say something I now disagree with. That unnerves me on an existential level for some reason. It's like nails on the chalkboard of your soul. And then I'll shower, And one of my favorite parts of the day comes afterward. I'll get into my shorts, and I have an alpaca wool poncho with a hood, but it looks like cultist robes, and it's super comfortable and snuggly and warm. Wear that without a shirt, and I will make my little frozen pizzas in the microwave. Pretty much every day, that's what I eat for dinner. 2 boxes, so 4 little pizzas in total. I stack them all on a plate. I eat them with hot sauce, and I'll sit down after I've showered. I'm comfy cozy, and either watch YouTube videos or watch. I used to watch The Sopranos. I'm trying to get back into watching it, but I'm not having much luck at the moment. Eat my pizzas and savor them because I don't eat. Well, I mean, okay, I eat snacks sometimes. I'll eat a little trail mix occasionally. But otherwise, I don't like eating snacks. I like eating once in a day. And when you do that, you end up eating less, and the food tastes a lot better. And if you, I know people say you're not supposed to eat right before bed, but when are you supposed to eat? Right? I like eating right before bed because I am full and I'm satisfied and now I'm sleepy, and then I lie down in my bed and I listen to my conspiracy bullshit or my supernatural bullshit, or in some cases my 40K bullshit. I love listening to Inquisitor Romanov, one of the few not lame Gen X people. And I used to hate falling asleep. I mean, I used to love sleeping, but falling asleep was always such a misery to me. And it's still a fear, the inability to fall asleep. But for the last year, I've had pretty good luck falling asleep. I don't sleep a lot. I wake up a lot too, which is annoying. But I like the process of falling asleep now, because I like realizing your brain is going into sleep mode. The fences are down, weird images are beginning to come into your head, and you're able to recognize this without fucking up the entire process. One of my issues when I was younger was, how do you fall asleep while being aware you are trying to fall asleep? Because if you're trying to fall asleep, back then for me, it wouldn't happen. And that's how I would just stay awake for whole nights, days sometimes. Now my body cooperates with me. I get to focus on being comfy cozy, and sleep comes to me. It sometimes takes a while, but I love the process of falling asleep now. It's not a terror. And it's weird because I always look forward to falling asleep so much every day, but then I never go to sleep early. I'm not sure why that is, but this is the system I've established, and it's been working pretty well so far. As long as I'm able to get at least one good long sleep within the 7-day cycle, I'm good. Oh, and I forgot to mention with the pizzas, there is a definite pattern there. I like overstocking the number of pizzas I'll need, because I could eat more if I wanted to, but I don't. But the fact that I could means I don't need to, but I like knowing that I could eat more if I wanted to. I have no idea what that well, I mean, I guess I have an idea of what that pattern's about, but it is a pattern. I like having stockpiles, I like having excess. I like feeling like I have more than I need. I'll never use these things to these extents, but I like knowing I could. Because in some cases you will need to. I think I'm mainly afraid of having things taken from me. So I get great pleasure, not even in the using necessarily, but in the knowing and the having. And there are lots of other things in days I like. Someone mentioned putting together a good outfit. I agree with that. Putting together a good outfit feels really good, but I don't put together a killer outfit every single day. This is more of an everyday thing. Everyday things I like anyway. But that's about everything, so I think we'll cut it here. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't.